This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Pretty shot of the sky as dawn is breaking here on the Suncoast.
Beautiful tower cams we have gotten the past couple days. That looks gorgeous this morning. What a sight to wake up to at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that is not computer generated, folks. That is how it looks outside. Welcome back. Good morning. I'm Ray Collins. That shot's so exciting. I'm confused.
You're just so excited for the shot.
We'll
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, it's very pretty, isn't it? You get those little bit of clouds that kind of reflect the dawn colors. It's nice. And I think as we head into the morning hours, we're going to see a lot of sunshine around. That sunshine will help to bring about a sea breeze early on and keep the coast a little bit cooler. Inland temperatures are going to be warm once again in the mid-90s, lower 90s. And we'll see showers and thunderstorms at a pretty good pace develop mostly in inland areas today, but that whole pattern is going to start shifting as we head into tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that in a few minutes. Taking a look at radar right now, we have some showers out in Gulf waters, nothing over land. Morning commute should be pretty much rain-free. A mix of sun and clouds to start your day, followed by better chances of rainfall inland. If you get showers near the coast, it'll probably come between the noontime hour and 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then everything is going to shift inland, and the drive time home tonight should be mostly dry along the coast. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. John will build up there on 15th Street East, heading northbound toward Bradenton. Also 301 southbound, although it's clearing up as we speak. Boy, I'm powerful. Farther south now into Sarasota County, not too much to speak of. Bee Ridge has a problem eastbound on Beneva heading toward McIntosh, and our farthest southern map will show us a little slowdown on 41 northbound around Business 41, 6:02 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, the U.S. Supreme Court has made some major announcements in several key cases.
The High Court has agreed to hear the case about the president's controversial travel ban. The decision will allow the ban to partially go into effect this week. That ban has sparked protests since it was first rolled out as one of the president's major initiatives back in February.
This is racist from the president.
The justices also announced they will hear a case pitting religious freedom against same-sex marriage, where a baker refused to make a cake for a gay couple that was getting married. Meantime, several politicians spoke out about the controversial travel ban at yesterday's Conference of Mayors in Miami. Boston's mayor thinks enacting the travel ban now, before the case is heard, will cause confusion, while others do support it. Some disagree with what it stands for.
Right off the top of my head, I think it's unwarranted. I think it's un-American. I don't think it's what this country was built on.
I'm hoping that the justices between now and October look very closely at the decision here and make a ruling that's fair and represents all of us in the United States of America.
Also at that conference, 250 mayors from around the country unanimously committed to run their cities entirely on renewable energy. The mayors also expressed support to fight climate change, especially after the Trump administration pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord last month. 6:03 right now. The Congressional Budget Office has released its findings on the proposed health care bill. And while the bill could reduce the deficit by several $100 billion, the rest of the report does not look so good.
The White House now hitting back, saying the CBO is not always right about the legislation in front of them, making comparisons to what was previously said about Obamacare. Scott McLean has more with this report.
CBO's report today makes clear that this bill is every bit as mean as the House bill.
22 million. That's how many more Americans would be without health insurance by 2026 if the proposed Senate GOP health care bill passes, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Like the House version of the bill that passed in May, this version would end enhanced Medicaid expansion, eliminate coverage mandates, and allow insurers to charge older people more. Premiums would be down about 20% over the next 10 years for the average customer, and the U.S. deficit would also be cut by $321 billion. But those in the individual market would be hit with dramatic increases for services. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is scrambling to shore up votes for the bill, but these new numbers may not help.
From a political point of view, that if you had a problem with the bill, the CBO score didn't help you at all. It's going to be tough to get to 50, but time will tell.
Senate Republicans unveiled their version of the Obamacare repeal last Thursday to an underwhelming response by many in their own party.
I'm also concerned that the Republican version keeps most of the subsidies and actually creates a brand new subsidy. All of those things together make me very concerned that we're not going to fix the problem here.
Only 2 Republican senators can vote against the bill in order for it to still pass, and as of Monday afternoon, at least 5 are opposing it. In Washington, I'm Scott McLean.
Happening today, the woman accused of leaking top-secret information from a national security agency report is due back in court. 25-year-old reality winner is set to appear in front of a judge. Winner is facing espionage charges for allegedly copying classified documents from a computer to an external hard drive and mailing them to an online news organization. Winner was denied bond earlier this month. Prosecutors hope to begin trial in the near future. If convicted, she could face up to 10 years in prison. And Bill Cosby is no longer part of a mural on the side of a popular restaurant in Washington. The images of Cosby and former President Obama were included in the original mural, but the images have started to wear down, so a new version was unveiled last week. It shows about a dozen prominent African Americans, but not Cosby. However, the restaurant says the move has nothing to do with sex assault allegations against him. Meanwhile, President Obama is still there, along with former First Lady Michelle Obama, as our Prince and Muhammad Ali.
Back here in the Sunshine State, Governor Rick Scott has signed 29 bills into law. One of the more notable focuses on making it easier for parents to challenge textbook material as inappropriate. This was one of 5 education bills signed by the governor, including increasing funding by $100 per student in the state budget. Scott also signed the bill establishing the $85 million Florida Job Growth Grant Fund, along with $50 million in repairs to the Herbert Hoover Dike in Lake Okeechobee. Scott vetoed 5 bills, including one that would have put warning labels on lottery tickets.
Florida's next chief financial officer will be one of Governor Rick Scott's original political allies. Former state representative Jimmy Petronis will complete Jeff Atwater's term. Atwater is leaving the elected cabinet office for a job at Florida Atlantic University. This is Governor Scott's 3rd major appointment for Petronis, who served in the state house for 8 years. The governor previously appointed him to the Florida Public Service Commission and the State Constitution Revision Commission.
One thing you know about Jimmy, whatever he tells you he's going to do, he's going to do. There's no question. He's not going to waver. He's not going to play games. He's a direct, honest person.
As your next CFO, I want Florida to be a place where government does its job fairly, predictably, and so workers can have great jobs at great Florida businesses.
While Petronis wouldn't commit to running for a full term as chief financial officer, Scott could have a potential friend on the campaign trail in 2018 if he runs for U.S. Senate. Petronis will be sworn in on Friday.
Over the past decade, citrus greening hasn't just devastated growers, also affected packing houses. The companies that ship these fruits to grocery stores and other vendors are closing at an alarming rate across the state. They're down to 26 statewide. There was 40 3 years ago. The $8 million set aside for citrus research in the state is part of over $200 million for Florida and the federal government have set aside for the problem. The Suncoast man who runs Manatee County's only remaining packing house says it's time to start seeing some results.
There's been a lot of money allocated to go into research, but none of it has trickled down to the grower.
A few years back, we had maybe 150, 160 different potential programs that we were looking into. Those numbers are narrowing.
A member of the Florida Agricultural Extension Office says he's optimistic for the future of citrus in Florida. And a man is now in custody after a stolen unmanned boat crashed onto Daytona Beach at full speed on Saturday morning. Jonathan Race is accused of burglary and grand theft after taking a boat from Daytona Marina and Boat Works. The boat was found abandoned, but Race left his pants, wallet, and ID on board. Police say Race allegedly took the boat on a joyride after drinking too much. He is now behind bars waiting for a court appearance. And I learned about a new expression today. He drank something called Four Loko,
yes,
which doesn't mean 4 separate crazy drinks.
No, what they are, they're actually kind of dangerous. They're these drinks that are have a lot of alcohol, have a lot of energy drink in it, and they can be kind of dangerous. They've been taken off the market for a while because they redid them to market them because they were so dangerous. So reports say he was on a little bit of a Four Loko binge.
And you can get them at 7-Eleven?
You sure can.
Wow, news to me.
Yep.
Alcohol.
I guess there should be a warning label for thieves on the bottle.
Don't leave your pants on the boat if you steal it.
That's true. Consumption of this beverage may lead to incarceration. Anyway.
There you go.
We've got some changing weather coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right, also still ahead, Bradenton police using a new camera system to help combat crime.
We'll show you more on how Safe Cams is leading to capturing criminals after this.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live in the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Calm winds out there right now. We have a dew point value that's still pretty high at 74 with an air temperature warm at 77. We have lost a degree over the course of the last hour, but still 77 degrees. It's pretty warm start to the day, and it'll end up being a pretty warm afternoon as we develop a lot of heating during the morning hours because I think we're going to see a fair amount of sunshine mixed with some fair weather clouds. 76 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish at 75, 76 in Bradenton, 77 Lakewood Ranch, Northport at 77, 76 degrees in Punta Gorda, 77 in Sarasota, 79 Venice, Inglewood at 78, and Longboat Key. The warm spot coming in at 81 degrees. So we don't have a lot of rain showers across our region currently. Rain showers are really along a line that stretches from the mid-Atlantic out into the northern Gulf waters, way back to Texas. That is a combination of a surface frontal boundary that has stalled out and a trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere that exists along the eastern seaboard. Now, that is going to help to stabilize our atmosphere today and help produce another good chance of rain showers. We had a pretty good coverage yesterday in inland areas mostly. Along the coastline, you're probably saying, what's he talking about? I didn't see much rainfall around here. And that's true. Along the coast, we have not seen a lot of rain. That's about to change. And the reason for that is this frontal boundary that's kind of meandering across the deep south and through parts of the Florida Peninsula and up into the mid-Atlantic is about to fall apart. And this high pressure ridge located just to our north is going to sink southward and also migrate a little bit to the east. As that happens, our winds are going to shift around as that front kind of decays away. When our winds shift to a more easterly direction, what that will do will be to take those showers that develop in inland areas and push them back to the coast. And so as we head into, well, really the weekend, into and through the weekend, into the beginning of next week, we'll start to see better rain coverage along the immediate coastline. So the pattern today is going to be very similar to yesterday. If you get rain showers along the coast, it'll be during probably the noontime hour into the very early afternoon, and then everything will shift into inland areas. So the drive home tonight will not feature much rainfall along the coast. The east wind will start to build as that high migrates south and that front decays away. When that happens, we'll start to see the weather change tomorrow that'll feature those thunderstorms moving in the opposite direction back toward the coastline. That means more rain for everyone. Watch the RPM computer model forecast. Showers build inland, move to the other coast. And then tomorrow, the showers build inland and move toward our coast. And so that'll be a pattern change that'll take us right into the weekend and feature really good rain chances, 50 or 60% rain coverage across our entire area, right straight into the weekend. So we'll watch for that, and we'll remember our lightning safety tips, as there'll be a lot of people out of doors celebrating, of course, the offshore Grand Prix and such as we head into the weekend. Just remember, late-day thunderstorms along the coast are going to be a good bet. We have probably the best chance of rainfall, producing heavy rainfall on the other coast today. As I said, that will probably shift toward our coast as we head into the midweek period. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all those days will feature a 50 to 60% chance of rainfall late in the day along the coastline. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic, looks like State Road 70 heading towards the interstate, seeing some more cars on the roadway. Also a little bit of sporadic traffic on 301 north and southbound as you're heading into downtown Bradenton and away from downtown Bradenton. As we take a look into Sarasota County, some slowdowns on 41 as you go by Bee Bridge Road and in between Bee Bridge and Fruitville Road. Other than that, Clark Road seeing the biggest slowdowns throughout that area. 41 seeing some slowdowns as well as we head into South County. Other than that, no accidents. It's 6:18 on your Tuesday morning. The Bradenton Police Department now has another tool to help combat crime in a program called Safe Cams.
Police now are asking anybody in Manatee County, in fact in Bradenton, with surveillance cameras to register them so police will know where else they have extra eyes that can solve crimes. Our Jess Jodrick tells us what this means for the future of the city's safety.
Domenico Cesare bought his Bradenton home a year ago and immediately had cameras installed inside and out.
We had heard there'd been some issues around the area, so we thought maybe security cameras would be a good idea.
Not only do the cameras deter criminals, Cesare says it makes him feel safer.
You have the ability to be anywhere you are and pick up your iPhone and see what's going on in your house.
Cesare has yet to be in a situation where he needed to provide footage of his home or neighborhood to police, and hopefully he never will. But Cesare says he wouldn't think twice if he had to, and plans to register his camera with BPD's Safe Cams program. Meanwhile, across town at Jess's Jewelers, these cameras keep a watch.
Being in the jewelry business that we're in, security cameras are an essential part of our security.
Like Cesare's home surveillance system, the cameras at Jess's Jewelers capture everything happening inside and outside of the store. And since the business moved in 3 years ago, the cameras have come in handy several times.
We've had several civilians that have gotten into accidents at the intersection ask us if they could have access to the surveillance cameras and to the footage to help settle an argument of whose fault was it.
While footage was never needed for a criminal investigation, Jess's Jewelers wants police to know that any footage they have is theirs for the taking.
We are more than happy to share our surveillance cameras with the police and law enforcement. We have no problem with that whatsoever. I think it's going to be an excellent program.
Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I think that's a pretty interesting concept. I like it. I think it's a great way for people to be able to help police if they need help in any way.
It certainly helps police with law enforcement. Yeah. Cameras everywhere now. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a shoe company accusing Ivanka Trump's fashion line of ripping off their designs.
We'll tell you the latest as she's now expected to testify in that case. Stay with us. We'll have that story coming up.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
How long have we been married, dear?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Another pastel sunrise underway. 6:23 right now.
Very beautiful colors of pink and lavender and blue. Kind of matches my top this morning.
Yes, it does.
Beautiful out there at 6:23 on your Tuesday morning. A new lawsuit against Ivanka Trump's fashion line is claiming the company ripped off shoe designs.
And the judge says she must testify in the case. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Ivanka Trump ordered by a federal judge to testify by deposition to accusations these shoes by her namesake brand are a knockoff.
Happy shopping.
High-end Italian designer Acquazzura, in a suit filed last year, blasting the first daughter and her company for copying nearly every detail of its shoe. The famous footwear pictured here side by side. The head of the Italian fashion house writing at the time, "You should know better. Shame on you, Ivanka Trump." Ivanka firing back in a written declaration. "I had no involvement in the conception, design, production, or sale of the heady shoe. My involvement was strictly limited to the final sign-off." And coming up at 7 a.m., Dan Abrams weighs in on what could happen next. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Treat time! Who likes Blue Sizzlers?
Oh, over here, over here!
Who likes bacon strips?
No thanks.
7 out of 10 dogs prefer Blue Sizzlers, the one that starts with meat, over Beggin' Strips, the one that starts with wheat. So give them what they really want, Blue Sizzlers.
Who knew that my period or sex, even soap, could throw off my pH balance?
Only Vagisil pH Balance Wash has lacto prebiotic. Use it every day to help support a healthy feminine pH. Get more from your wash. Get better intimate health. Vagisil.
When you have something you love, you want to protect it. At LegalZoom, our network of attorneys can help you every step of the way with an estate plan including wills or a living trust that grows along with you and your family. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast with new Tums Chewy Bites. Fast relief in every bite. Crunchy outside, chewy inside. New Tums Chewy Bites.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the trial of a Suncoast police chief enters its second day, while prosecutors are arguing in the courtroom as jurors hear eyewitness accounts.
Plus, are charter schools trying to recruit the best public school teachers in Manatee County? We'll have a closer look.
And the Baltimore Orioles hosting clinics for aspiring baseball players in our area. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios. This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins, up to June 27th right now. And for the forecast, here he is, meteorologist John Scalzi. Hey, John.
Good morning to you both. Things look pretty nice for us for the morning commute. I don't see anything in the way of any kind of rain showers around this morning. And in fact, even for the evening commute, I think most of us are going to enjoy rain-free skies. That's not to say there won't be rain. There will be. It'll just be mostly in inland areas. Like yesterday, we even had some flood warnings issued because of some heavy thunderstorm activity, but it was mostly inland, not along the coastline. That pattern is about to change. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. As far as our current radar goes, quiet. We have a little bit of cloud cover out there. Fair weather cloudiness, though. Nothing that's really the beginnings of any kind of thunderstorm activity. If we see any showers along the coast, it'll probably be between about the hours of 12 noon and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then those showers all move inland. Daytime highs again being warm in the upper 80s to near 90. Complete forecast details coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. 2 trouble spots right now in Manatee County. First off, if you're coming from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton, take the bridge called the DeSoto Bridge, the one that connects 301. Because as you see, the 41 bridge, the Green Bridge, is slow right now. Also, 301 slow southbound as you head towards Sarasota. Speaking of which, no real problems there right now in that section of the county. And our final map will show us all clear at 6:31 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this morning, the search continues for those people responsible for beating 2 gopher tortoises to death in Lakewood Ranch.
The tortoises were found earlier this month on a trail between the Summerfield and Greenbrook developments. Our Rick Adams tells us how there's now reward money being offered.
It's a sight Ray Redden and his 10-year-old daughter Marina would like to forget. 2 state-protected gopher tortoises, similar to the one pictured here, beaten to death. The pictures of the bloodied tortoises are just too graphic to show on television.
It wasn't good to see, for her to see what some people are capable of doing, especially to a turtle that hasn't hurt anybody and is innocent.
One of Marina's friends was meeting up with her for a play date nearby, and that's when the boy came across the gruesome scene on this path near Adventure Park in Lakewood Ranch. He then texted Marina to let her and her dad know what was going on.
When we first saw him, I was disgusted that someone would actually do that to the turtles.
When Marina and her dad arrived on scene, one of the tortoises was already dead with its shell cracked, and the other one was barely hanging on, lying in a pool of its own blood. Redden attempted to save the one tortoise by transporting it to Bayshore Animal Hospital, where it would later die.
We had to actually get a piece of cardboard box to slide the turtle onto the box because of the injuries that he had. He was able to support some of the organs that were hanging out from him.
Elise Bennett is an attorney for the Center for Biological Diversity and lifelong Floridian dedicated to protecting rare reptiles and amphibians. Her organization added $5,000 in reward money on Monday for information leading to an arrest or fine in the killing of these tortoises. The total amount now being offered is $7,200.
We would really like to see justice for these tortoises, and we'd like to send the message that they're very important not only for our ecosystems but for our communities as well, and that we take it very seriously when someone does direct and purposeful harm to them.
Florida law states a person may not intentionally kill or wound any fish or wildlife species designated as endangered, threatened, or of special concern. It is a third-degree felony, punishable up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine.
I'm hoping that somebody will come forward and give the names of the person or persons that were involved, and I hope that they're prosecuted.
Reporting from Lakewood Ranch, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Other news now. Day 2 of the trial against Punta Gorda Police Chief Tom Lewis gets underway this morning. Lewis is charged with culpable negligence. It's connected to the shooting death of 73-year-old Mary Knowlton in a police exercise last year. Knowlton was shot by Officer Lee Cole in a shoot-don't-shoot civilian exercise. The gun was supposed to be loaded with blank rounds. However, it was real bullets. Prosecutors argued Chief Lewis should have checked the firearm first. Members of the jury also heard witness accounts of that tragic evening.
An officer dressed in a hood and the visor mask, challenging her, and the next thing we heard was 3 loud bangs.
An officer with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which investigated the case, also testified yesterday. New developments in the trial of Richard Williams. He is charged with second-degree murder in the death of his former girlfriend's 17-month-old baby. Jurors will continue deliberations today. According to the autopsy, little Quincy Pollard died from blunt force trauma to the head. Prosecutors argue it was the result of something Williams did while he was alone with the child. The defense argues the damage could have taken place before. If convicted, Williams could face life in prison.
2 drive-by shootings within the past week, only a block apart, now have Sarasota police looking for answers. The most recent shooting happened nearly 2 days ago in the area of 31st Street and Goodrick Avenue. Police say a passenger of a silver SUV shot several times at a silver sedan. Last week, another shooting broke out on nearby 32nd Street near US 301. Police aren't sure if the 2 shootings are related. Fortunately, no one was hurt in either shooting, but the police chief says she's just as concerned about passersby getting hit.
We're really concerned that a tragic event can happen as a result of these type of incidents. An innocent person could be walking down the street or just cleaning their car in their driveway, and one of these bullets is going to hit them.
If you have any information about either of those shootings, you're asked to call the Sarasota Police Department.
Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan will be leading a meeting in Washington this week about human trafficking in Florida. According to the National Human Trafficking Resource Center, Florida ranks 3rd in the country in the number of human trafficking cases, and the reported number of cases last year jumped 54% in this state alone. Florida's 29-member congressional delegation will meet tomorrow on Capitol Hill to discuss prevention, treatment, and law enforcement's work to crack down on this crime. A local charter school is looking to recruit the best and brightest from the public school system, and that has the teachers union concerned about the future. Manatee School for the Arts sent recruitment letters to teachers in the area with some of the highest middle school math rankings. The Manatee Teachers Union president admits teachers are especially vulnerable right now after recent contract negotiations that left them paying more for health care. This also comes weeks after Governor Scott signed a bill that'll send more state dollars to charter schools. Here is reaction now from the union president and then the assistant principal from Manatee School for the Arts.
Different districts have different performance pay plans. So teachers could check out those performance pay plans and actually go to the highest bidder.
We've been recruiting like this for years. We were always on the lookout for the best teachers in the state of Florida throughout the country.
By the way, starting salaries for Manatee County teachers is $38,000, but the union hopes teachers will first consider benefits like health insurance and retirement before making a jump to charter schools. Manatee County is taking applications for its Children's Services Advisory Board. The county is looking for 6 adults to make recommendations to county commissioners about spending and priorities for children's services. All applicants must live in Manatee County. Applications are due by July 27th. You can find the link on our website, mysuncoast.com.
The Suncoast is one of just 15 regions honored for its work in the community. Manatee and Sarasota counties are recognized as All-American City Award recipients by the Campaign for Grade Level Reading and the National Civic League. The groups recognize local chapters for work in the community and engaging families to improve reading proficiency in children. An update now on a popular spot in Venice that was damaged by a lightning strike. Crews have started re-roofing the Venice Community Center. A small section of the south parking lot will be blocked off for the next 6 to 8 weeks, but the building will remain open. In early June, lightning struck 2 trees next to the center, causing some significant damage.
Happening today, the Baltimore Orioles are hosting youth baseball clinics for young players here on the Suncoast. The clinics are taking place at 2 area fields, including the Ed Smith Stadium complex. Orioles minor league players will give instruction on hitting, pitching, and fielding. Over 40 students from Oak Park School will take part in the clinic today before more kids are welcomed at future clinics this week. And you never know what you're going to find when you clean out a pool drain on the Suncoast. A Port Charlotte man found an osprey peeking back at him while bending down to clean out the pool drain. It turns out the bird was stuck and his wing was injured. Charlotte County Sheriff deputies were called to help free him. Deputies posted these pictures on their Facebook page with the caption, "Who says animal rescues are just for firefighters?" If you have any amazing pictures, send them our way to our suncoast.com page or to our Facebook page, which is at suncoast.com.abc7.
We would certainly love to see some of those pictures. You can also just put in in the search button on Facebook, ABC7. It'll pop right up. So if you're having trouble finding it, super easy.
Little competition going on there.
Oh, yeah.
Police and fire?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good competition. We're looking at some pretty pleasant weather, I think, today for most of us. We will be warm and muggy, but over the next 24 hours, a change coming up. We'll talk about in a sec.
All right, also still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a local daredevil making a name for himself on a national stage.
We'll tell you what competition he's in and how you can still see him on the Suncoast this summer after this.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix was first organized in 1985. What began as an annual beach picnic for local children with special needs has expanded into an 11-day festival with the races televised to more than 100 countries. The entire festival is produced by Suncoast Charities for Children. The Grand Prix not only generates revenue for charity, but also a significant economic impact. Last year's event generated an economic impact of $37 million.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yep, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Dawn is often even prettier than sunset. Isn't that a gorgeous shot there from our tower cam? Beautiful, beautiful clouds reflecting a lot of gorgeous light, all different colors out there. It's nice start to the day. Now, under the clouds that you see, there's just not a lot in the way of any kind of rainfall. Let's go to the maps and I'll show you the current temperature. It is steamy out there, however, at 77 degrees with a dew point value of 74. Calm winds currently. Those winds will be shifting to the southwest with a sea breeze developing early on, I think. Now, we had some showers earlier in the overnight, some of them producing some lightning pops as well. They've dissipated and left us with quiet conditions for your morning commute. To the north of us, there's still some activity along a trough of low pressure and a surface boundary that's producing scattered showers from the mid-Atlantic all the way back to Texas, really. This is going to help destabilize our atmosphere today and again lead to better chances of some rainfall. High pressure located just to the north of us is a very dry area of high pressure that extends all the way down into the deep south, where dew points are 30 degrees lower than they are for us here in central and southern Florida. This boundary, this frontal boundary that's stalled out, is really the division between the warm, moist, humid air that we are in and the more fall-like air just located a little to the north. Now, this frontal boundary is eventually going to start breaking apart over the next 24 to 36 hours and just wash away As it does that, it'll allow high pressure to build in. When that happens, we'll develop a more southeasterly wind flow that's consistent. And that's important because that's going to really change the pattern of our weather over the course of the next 24 hours. Because we have been in this warm, moist, humid flow, yeah, we've gotten a lot of showers around. But they've been mostly in inland areas, and that'll be the case again today. I think if we get any showers along the coast, it'll be around the lunchtime hour, and then everything moves inland. And it'll be a pattern that is similar to yesterday. But then as we develop this east wind, as the high pressure builds south, we start to see a change in the direction of motion of those showers. This is a snapshot from satellites of where the moisture is available, where the moisture is, and where it is not. And we'll put it into motion over the last 24 hours. And you can kind of watch this trough of low pressure right here, this stalled frontal boundary at the surface. And you'll notice that the oranges and the reds, a very high humid air, it doesn't really move a whole lot along this line. But as that front kind of dissipates over the next 24 hours and we develop a southerly wind, it starts to lift a little further northward. And that front becomes more diffuse. What does that mean? Well, it means that the moisture supply increases across our region, and showers that build and move inland today will start to build inland tomorrow and move back toward the coastline. And that'll be a pattern that'll establish itself really right straight through the weekend. So everybody across the Suncoast will get a chance of seeing some stronger showers and thunderstorms, not just inland residents. That'll be the case into the weekend, and that means that some of these activities that are going to bring people out of doors, of course, big, important 4th of July weekend here, we're going to be looking at the possibility of some late-day shower thunderstorm activities with, lightning and such. So we just want to keep those lightning safety rules in the back of our minds. If you can hear the thunder, it means you're close enough to be struck by lightning and should exercise some caution. Satellite view of the tropics shows everything's pretty quiet here right straight through the weekend, and in fact the Gulf waters also nothing organized. We don't have to worry about the tropics, at least through the weekend. Now beyond that, there are some hints that maybe something might develop way off the coast of Africa. We'll keep an eye on that. The rain chances go up to 50 to 60% and hold there into the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, looks like your biggest slowdowns really on 301 heading north and southbound. Also 41 as you head across that Green Bridge into downtown Bradenton. So if you are looking to head through that way, recommend taking the DeSoto Bridge as we head into Sarasota County. Traffic picking up, especially on 41 and Bee Ridge Road as it normally does throughout these morning hours. As we take a look into South County, pretty quiet, just your normal slowdowns as you head throughout Business 41 in South County. In this hour's Health Smart, if you're trying to lose weight but struggle to achieve your goals, there are some solutions.
Oh, good to hear, but sadly for us, nutritionists say a good night's sleep might be the key. Oh well. Kim Hutcherson has more in today's Health Minute.
If you're looking to drop a few pounds, experts say getting enough sleep is the key to successful weight loss. The first reason may seem obvious. If you're asleep, then you're not eating a cheeseburger or ice cream. But there's more to it than that. According to studies, a lack of sleep can increase the hormone that stimulates appetite. That means people who haven't gotten enough Z's might feel more hunger than those who did. The National Sleep Foundation says most adults should get at least 7 hours of sleep a night, with some people needing as many as 9. Here are some tips from experts to help get a good night's rest. Get some exercise, but do it several hours before you go to bed so you have time to wind down. Avoid late-night cocktails. Alcohol can interfere with sleep patterns. And don't look at your electronic devices. The blue light they emit can affect your body clock. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Good tips there. Entertainment news now. If you watched America's Got Talent last week, you saw a familiar face.
That's right. You can also expect to see him on the show again, and that's Daredevil clown Bello Knock. He took his talent to new heights on the show. He even left host Tyra Banks screaming. But the Sarasota resident has not forgotten his roots and stopped by to guest host Suncoast View yesterday. Now, we caught up with him after the show, and he told us that his biggest challenge was not the stunt. Of course, he's done it a million times, but it was instead one man in a t-shirt sitting right in front of him.
Simon said that I hate clowns, no matter what type of clown. So I thought, well, I've always sold myself and believed that I was different than any other clown and change the perception of what clowning is. And I wanted to see if I, if I could win him over.
Well, you can still see Bello perform in Sarasota this summer in his show Incredibello at the historic Oslo Theater until July 29th. You said you got a chance to see Incredibello.
Yeah, I saw it last Sunday. That was his daughter also on the wire, so it was a great family show. 4 generations laughing at the same joke, as he said. Great guy, and we had a chance to talk to him yesterday as well. Wonderful person.
Awesome.
Yep. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Nintendo bringing back a classic console.
We'll tell you when you can get your hands on this fun throwback after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat. Now this moves me. Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Mom? Grandma, it's us. Mom, are you here?
When home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately. Whether at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 10 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-863-0113. That's 1-800-863-0113. Call now, 1-800-863-0113. For a free brochure, call 1-800-863-0113.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
What a way to wake up. Look at your screens, folks.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful sunrise.
I'm gonna have to start making like a binder of all these pictures because they're just so beautiful and I need to keep them all.
Yeah, that is striking. Wow. All right, welcome back. 6:54 on your Tuesday morning.
Let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast today.
A reward is now being offered for the information on who killed 2 gopher tortoises in Lakewood Ranch. The reward is now $7,200. The gopher tortoise is a protected species.
And day 2 of the trial against Punta Gorda Police Chief Tom Lewis is set to get underway today. Lewis is charged with culpable negligence in connection to the shooting death of a woman in a police exercise last year.
Minor league baseball players from the Baltimore Orioles will teach some young players during clinics this week. One this morning includes special needs students from the Oak Park School.
Taking a look at traffic, 301 heading north and southbound. Really seeing your biggest slowdowns throughout Manatee County. Looks like the bridges have cleared up a bit. You're heading into downtown Bradenton, I-75. Looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. Biggest slowdowns on 41 and Bee Ridge Road. As we head into South County, pretty quiet throughout that direction. Just your normal slowdown, 6:55 on your Tuesday morning, John.
So we're going to be stuck in kind of the same pattern that we were 24 hours ago. Today, we'll see a scattered shower or two along the coastline by lunchtime. Then everything moves inland. Tomorrow, even the inland residents will get the heavy rainfall as well, but also the coast will see some of those showers move back, and that'll be the case right straight into the weekend. So everybody shares the wet wealth.
All right, finally now, Nintendo bringing back the 90s with a reboot of its super classic Nintendo console. This classic edition has the same look and feel as the original, but it's much smaller. It includes 21 built-in games such as Super Mario World and never-before-released Star Fox 2. The mini console hits stores in September.
I'm sure lots of people will be lining up outside the doors to get their hands on those.
I never got involved in that. Have you?
Oh my gosh, when my son had tonsillitis, we bought him that little game console, the first Nintendo, to help him get through that illness. And it was a total addiction instantly.
Really?
It was like,
Mario Brothers was just a forget about it.
Definitely. It's like the phones of the 90s kids.
Yeah,
is what it was kind of what it's like.
All right, enjoy your Tuesday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.